Hello everyone, welcome back to my math channel. Let's have fun with mathematics. So for today's video teaching, I will focus on important questions from Form 1 to Form 4. So let's do revision together. Have fun! Okay, we will start with the inequalities. Alright, so which of the following shaded region is defined by the inequalities? Y more than negative x, x minus y less than equal 5, and y less than equal 0. So you have three inequalities. So now if y more than negative x, so it should actually shaded above the dashed line y equal to negative x. Alright, so if it is above the line, so the inequality sign must be more than. Okay, so later you will have to go to the graph and observe which shaded region is above the line y equal to negative x. Alright, so normally we will actually take the inequality y more than negative x, and then we actually make it equal to negative x, right, for the equation. Then we will see if it is greater, right, then we will shade above the line. So the region above the line, it means greater for the inequalities. But you must always bear in mind there is a condition, the y must be positive. Okay, you must remember this, if not you will get into trouble. Okay, like this one, x minus y less than equal 5, so you cannot say that it's below the line because it's negative y. Okay, so this is very important. So make sure the y is positive, then you can say it's above the line, more than, less than is below the line. But now you're having negative y. So I just want to highlight to you, when you are having negative y, is a reverse way. Instead of you say less than equal, below the line, you should say it's above the line. Alright, because negative y is go against with the rule. The rule say if it is positive, then you can say above or below the line. Alright, so please take note about this. Okay, negative y less than equal 5, so you should shade above the line x minus y equal to 5, okay, so that you won't be trapped by the question. So you go to the graph and then you choose the graph whereby it's shaded above the line x minus y equal to 5. All right. Okay. Or if you want to change the inequality sign, you can do so. You can bring to the right and it's actually greater than. So you should shade above the line x minus y equal to 5. So obviously the A is wrong, right? Because it's below the line. And the B also wrong because it's actually below. It seems like it's okay for x minus y equal to 5 is above the line. But for y equal to x, it should be above the line, right? So for C and D was wrong. If you check the region for the y greater than negative x and x minus y less than equal 5. Okay, so the best way to do is you reject the answer that are not supposed to accept. So for minus y, be careful. So okay, based on the equation x minus y less than equal 5, so you shouldn't have choose A, right? Because it should be above the line. You should shade above the line x minus y equal to 5. Okay, so the final answer will go to which one? Okay, so I think many of the students will get wrong for this one because they tend to remember that above the y-axis is greater than, below the y-axis is less than, right? Something like this. Okay, so beware, there is a special condition. When there is a negative y, the condition will be reversed. So the answer it should be B and not A. Okay, so take note about this. Don't forget. Okay, so we have settled one question. Now we go to number 32. Now your given diagram 10 is a Venn diagram showing the number of elements in set L, M, and N. So given that number of the set, okay, M, is equal to number of set L, number. So when you see the set with the number inside without the dot, that means that is actually number of the set. Okay, so we will take 6 plus x minus 3. Okay, you have to plus because the 6 represent the number. It's not element. It means there are 6 elements. Okay, there are 6 dots, but they just put 6 without dot. That means there are 6 elements, and you have to plus with the x minus 3. Okay, that is the total number of elements in set M. Okay, so we need to plus. Alright, so you take the 6, you plus the x minus 3. Alright, later you simplify. Okay, then it's equal to, let's have a look at the set L. Set L, you have 4, you have 5, and you have 6. So you have to add up all the number. So you have to plus because it's number of the elements. Okay, so we have set L. Inside the set L, the whole set L. Okay, so you have to take 5 plus 4 and then plus 6 for the whole set L. Okay, now you plus 5 plus 4 and plus 6, you get 10 plus 5, 15, right? So now after you add up all the elements for set L, okay, then you will solve the x, right? Okay, so now we will have the x is equal to, so we solve the 6 minus 3, you got 3. 3 plus x equal to 15. So that means x is 15 minus 3, right? So you get x equal to 12. Easy, isn't it easy? So basically this one is to test you whether you understand number of the elements in the set. Okay, so I guess everyone can do. Alright, okay, now we proceed to the next question. Given that set A is equal to 10, 20, and 30, you have 3 elements in set A, and set B you have 5, 10, 15, and 20. So 4 statements were made by 2 students based on the given 2 sets. So let's see whether they are true or false. 10 is an element of set A. It's true, yes. 10 is element of set A. 30 is not an element of set B. 30 is not an element of set B. It's true, yeah. Inside the set B, we don't see the 30, right? Okay, number 3, 20 is a subset of set A. When you see subset, you must put brackets for the 20, okay? Because it is a set, so you must have the brackets to show that it is set. So this is false because 20 without the brackets, we cannot say it's a subset. It's actually element, right? Okay, right. So this one is false. All right. So make sure you understand the symbol. Element, not element. Subset, not subset. So I think for number 4, 15, not subset of set A will be wrong also, right? Will be false. Okay. So we have 3 and 4 are false due to the brackets. All right. So when you see subset or not subset, you have to put brackets, okay, to show that it is a part of the set. Sub means part of the set, okay, one portion of the set. So number 4 was wrong because was false. We use false, we don't use wrong because 15 is not a set. So the answer is easy, right? So the answer is 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 are true statement. Okay, this is actually mathematical reasoning. Okay, now we go to the straight line. Okay, diagram 11 shows a parallelogram PQRS. Find the equation of the straight line SR. Okay, let's try now. I give you 5 minutes to try. Alright, let's discuss y equal to mx plus c because we need to form the equation. And the PQ is parallel to SR. So we will find the gradient using the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So the formula for the gradient is always y minus, okay, on top and then x below. Don't reverse the formula. It's 10 minus 2 over 6 minus 0. So it's 4 over 3, right? Okay, can you follow? So then we will simplify the gradient and we get a gradient 4 over 3. Now we need the point, right, in order to form the equation of SR. So now you look at the, okay, QR is, the Y is 10, right? That means it should be equal length with the PS, right? So PS is 10. That means the S is equal to, we need the point, so it's actually 10 minus out 2, so it will be negative 8. The balance is 8, so but it's below the x-axis. So you have 0, negative 8, right? So that is actually your y-intercept. Do you know that? Okay, that is a y-intercept. So you can just write y equal to 4 over 3 x and then minus 8 because the y-intercept was given in terms of the point 0, negative 8. So you can substitute if you want. You substitute the 0, negative 8 into y equal to mx plus c with a gradient 4 over 3. You will get the answer C is negative 8. I think you better show the step. If this is paper 2, you show how you substitute negative 8 equal to 4 over 3 times 0 plus c. And you find the c and you show that you got the y-intercept which is negative 8 so that you will get the working marks. So finally, you have to write the answer y equal to 4 over 3x minus 8. That is the complete answer. Okay. Or maybe you want to express in general form. You can write as general form if you want, no problem. Okay, you can write as 3y is equal to 4x minus 24, and that is actually also accepted. This is so-called general form. We have 3 types of the equation. In fact, we have gradient form, we have intercept form, and we have general form. But for general form, normally we will bring everything to one side and then the right-hand side should be equal to 0. That is how we actually write the general form. Okay, so it's okay, you can live in gradient form. So now we proceed to the next one. The point T 2, 7 and negative 1, 6 and phi W are on a straight line. Find the value of W. Okay, when you see 3 points are lines on a straight line, the concept is they must have the same gradient. That means the gradient of T to U and gradient of U to V will be the same because they are having the same steepness. Okay, so we will take gradient for TU is 6 minus 7 over negative 1 minus 2, and the gradient for UV is W minus we will take W minus 6 over 5 minus negative 1. Be careful when you minus, double check. So finally you simplify, you get 1/3 equal to W minus 6 over 6, and then you simplify your W, you will get the answer for the W, which is the coordinate Y for the V, so that they are having the same gradient. Alright. Okay, so if you solve it carefully, I'm sure you get the answer. W equal to 8, right? So please double check your answer because sometimes we are careless. Alright, so this is about the concept of the points that lies on a straight line are having the same gradient. Okay, so when you see the point are on the same line, so that means they are having the same gradient. Okay, so you just find the gradient from any of the 2 points and you solve. Alright, now we proceed to next question. A card is picked at random. Find the probability that the number which is divisible by 9 is chosen. So this is very simple, right? Okay, first of all, you see you have how many cards? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, right? So we want to choose a number which is divisible by 9. So you can try. The first one, of course, can be divided by 9. Okay, beside 9, we also have 45, right? Which is also can be divisible by 9. 54 is also can be divided by 9. And 108 also can be divided by 9. It's very simple, isn't it? So you have how many? 4, right? Sample space how many? 8, right? So you simplify. So the answer is 1 over 2. That is the answer for the probability that a number which is divisible by 9 chosen is 1 over 2. Alright, so this is pretty easy. Okay, so then we proceed to the next one. Again, the probability that John is selected to represent his school in mathematics competition, mathematics quiz is 1 over 4. And then for Ahmad, selected is 3 over 5. Okay, so you are asking to find the probability that only one of them will be selected. Okay, so we list down. Probability that John is selected and Ahmad is not selected, either one. Okay, either one selected. Or maybe John not selected but Ahmad selected. So you can see that John selected, and you can see the n is multiplied, and then all means you plus. So there are 2 possible cases. So we have to multiply and then we have to plus. So okay, John selected is 1 over 4. And then for Ahmad not selected is actually complement. So you take 1 minus 3 over 5. So you get 2 over 5. Because the probability for Ahmad selected and not selected when you add is 1. So if selected is 3 over 5, so not selected of course will be 1 minus 3 over 5. So which is 2 over 5, right? Okay. So we have settle 1 over 4 times 2 over 5. And then if John is not selected, the probability of John selected is 1 over 4. So not selected, of course you will take 1 minus 1 over 4, right? Times with we take 3 over 4 times with the Ahmad is selected is 3 over 5, right? So then you just just simplify, multiply carefully, and you will get the answer. So again, I explain to you, if selected is 1 over 4, not selected will be 3 over 4, okay? Okay, remember, not selected, I put the prime, okay? John not selected, we put prime. We actually can say it's complement. Okay, then for the Ahmad selected, you know that is given there, right, is actually 3 over 5. So now you can simplify the answer. We have 1 times 2, which is 2 over 20, plus 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, 9 over 20. So finally you simplify your answer, and then you will get the answer which is equivalent to, so answer is 11 over 20, right? Okay, after you press your calculator, you get answer 11 over 20. Okay, that is the probability question, so it's quite simple actually. So I think we have one more question, is about the variation. This is actually Form 5 topic, so next year Form 4 student will learn, but Form 5 student you can do. If you are given x varies directly as y and z directly, so how you write is we always use a x, then we write the symbol of varies directly. It's just like a ribbon. Okay, so for Form 4 student you can learn now, because it's quite simple actually, you can do. So you can do in your exercise book. So when we have the variation, we can always write x equal to k, a constant first, then y times z, and then you will substitute the value inside the equation, and you solve the k. That's it, very simple. So the 3 you substitute into x, and then the y you substitute into 2 over 3, right? Z you substitute 9, right? Then you solve the constant. So your k is what? Okay, I am sure everyone can do. It's very simple. So we simplify 3 times 1, 3 times 2. Okay, so 3 times 3. Okay, so it's cancel the 9 and 3. You got 3 times 2, 6k equal to 3, right? So finally your k is 1 over 2, right? After you got the k, you substitute back into the equation just now. X equal to 1 over 2 kyz, and then you have to substitute back all the value given. They give you 6 and 4, right? So you can solve the x. So x is just use the k, 1 over 2 times 6 times 4. So it's 1 over 2 times 24, which is 12. Isn't it easy? It's very easy, right? Direct variation. We have inverse, we have direct, we have the combined, right? So we will talk about this one next year. Okay, I think that's all my sharing for today. I shall see you in my next video teaching. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day.